They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. And the Tigers ready to get this thing started and open the season. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So Duke's return team will have that offense backed up. Sometimes you sense that what the kids call swagger is a false bravado. This dude is nothing but real at wide receiver.
He's got that speed, and it just, you see DBs, they're probably watching him come on the field right now, and they understand it's going to be a long game. This guy can go get it. He can run. He can do a little bit of everything at the wide receiver spot.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They'll run play action. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Quarterback extends the play. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down.
What is it?
He's got such good awareness in the
Oh, yeah, I told you I was going to look at my recruiting.
Feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep
Yeah, I bounce back and forth.
But he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a 1st down.
Oh, shit. They ran a stupid-ass reverse on my ass.
He's loose. And he's brought down after a nice game. The Blue Devils had this offense rolling. To the air on 1st down. They're working that left side. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
He's in a darkened way. He's like to the southeast. He's telling the southeast the overshadow, somewhere that way.
On 3rd down, going up top, using the quick game. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Blue Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds.
Boys,
So Clemson's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Makes a catch along the sidelines, but he's going to lose yardage.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Gets it out quickly. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
At the 35, he's open. Afterburner's coming. At the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Now on second down and short. They'll try the run. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. Trying to pick it up on the ground. The Blue Devils are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute. And they do it there.
Second down coming up. Now he's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. And the Blue Devils are on the move. He'll come out throwing on first down. It's complete. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
Yeah, I love that the QB understood I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down.
The Blue Devils are threatening on first and goal. Quarterback keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
All tied up and just about set to kick it
My
away.
name is Jeff. Hi, my name is Jeff.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive. They really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
He makes the catch. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Wolf. Makes his connection.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Set up for second and short after that completion. They'll go to the ground. Slam to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They're going to ride this running back. Finds a crease at the 20. Boy, he's over 100 now at 102 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The give to the lone running back. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal. Clemson jumps to the line. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Notre Dame notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from South Bend is worth its weight in gold to the Golden Gophers. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
Motion from the offense. Off play action. Coming after it. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title?
That one we did with the fucking all the mirrors and shit.
They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Fuck yeah. I'll do that bitch too.
You mad at yourself. Stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On the return, it's Chambers. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive.
Looking for a deep man. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
I bet this coaching staff is jacked up to get this offense firing so fast early in the season, on point. A lot of times it takes time to build the rhythm. It takes time to get it rolling. This offense starting the season off with a bang.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Brooks. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Handoff from the gun. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
We tried to warn you that time.
But
no!
Defensive lineman out of the way. At least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have that.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Fast motion from the offense. The play action fake. Trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Still from the pocket, fires over the middle. Makes the catch down the right side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The Blue Devils want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Wicks. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. He's got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his position.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Dances away from the heat. So
yes.
to that end zone. He could almost
Open the
taste
chest.
it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And this is why offenses are so hard to stop. When you have such great playmakers at the quarterback spot, 3rd down, if people are covered, what can he do? Take off, scramble, and now set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
Calls his own number. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Duke. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond. Gonna let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And that's a nice stop by this defense. Nice job stopping the run, setting up 4th and inches. Listen, this is a no-brainer. If I can't get inches, I don't deserve to win. I'm coming downhill. I'm playing physical. I'm picking my play, whether it's quarterback sneak, fullback dive, whatever it is that we do great, and I'm going to get my inches.
On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run here. There he goes to the right. The 20, 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tiger. Boy, did he just scorch that defense with that skirt.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brooks. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Not on this play.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Got his man downfield. And he's running in the open. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Back to the air one more time. Flips it out in the flat. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Grabs it in the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They'll go to the air.
Right over your head, bro. You're right there. Catch the fucking ball.
There's a timeout called as this offense
Holy
tries
shit,
to find
do
a
it
way
right over
to
your
draw
head
a
now.
little closer. A very productive play on 1st down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Bro, ain't no way he threw that ball between 2 motherfuckers. Y'all helmets were touching.
The comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an
trying to burn this defensive back. Pulls it in on the right. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to find his man on first down. On the run, still looking. He'll try to do it himself. At the 20, he's got space. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. And it's right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger. And the Blue Devils will boot it away to start the second half. Bringing it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
To the air, it's Wolf. Gets it out fast. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man on the right. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing straight.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Jennings. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Bruce, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Brooks. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops.
You live in Pensacola?
A lot of pressure on this offense.
Okay. I can remember. I thought you were close. I didn't know you were in Pensacola.
Makes the grab. It's Vic. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The Blue Devils will hustle to the line. 3rd third down play from the gun. Pocket starts to collapse. Trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Man, this is an offense that's going to find a way to generate explosive plays because of their playmakers at the skill spots. But how about the speed by this guy and his ability on third down to extend, scramble, and go get a big pickup in chunky yards for his offense.
And the Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. To the ground. He's got it again. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Fires to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Blue Devils line up to punt it away. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being active.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Looking for a man. It's Wolf. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. Line getting set on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on third and long from the 41. Right back to it. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Now, fourth down.
Trying to show their strength with the run on fourth down. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson first down.
Well, the offense at this point is just doing everything they can to not give the football back to their opponent. Even though they're up in this game, they're still going for it on fourth down. That now the third different fourth down they've converted in this game.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Dances away to buy time. Finds his tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. Looking to throw for it. Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Tackle is made after the first down.
Well, They get that fourth down conversion by running the football. That's now 4 fourth downs they've been able to convert. Defensively, you've got to find a better way to get off the field somehow, some way.
They're getting this guy lathered up. They worked that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Wide receiver now comes in motion. And I don't think they got a snap before the play clock ran out. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough.
They do it every year.
They were slow, and they got the flag.
They do it every year. They do Madden every year.
The offense keeps working the ball down the field.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they hold off a year or 2.
Looking for a man. It's Wolf. They're setting up the screen. Across the 25. He's got room. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guarantee.
Yeah, I am that idiot.
And winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking.
Touchdown Tigers! And the route is on.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback.
Yeah,
Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. It's complete to the right. Oh, it's on the ground. High ball. And the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate. Touchdown, Clemson. Not content to get the fumble. They scored with the fumble. That ball was squirting around on the field. Finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Comes out throwing on first down. Makes the grab down the middle.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. At the 45 on its way. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Makes the catch. It's Vic.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Oh, and it's picked off, threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen this.
Oh!
It's intercepted. A turnover.
You got to that, motherfucker.
Got room on the return. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Duke.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house. They build some momentum for some future games.
And he makes the extra point. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The deficit is huge, this one is all, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Pulls and fires complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's...
Touchdown, Clemson! And the stomping has commenced.
Salt into your wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Now on first down from the 28. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Got his man quickly. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They're going to throw it again. Looking left. Makes the grab. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Quick strike complete. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. Looking to the big tight end. Going to throw it to the right. He's got his man. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Movement here from the tight end. They'll throw it on first down. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back in the 36.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
To the air, it's Wolf. He wants to take the top off. And it goes
Did not
through his
even
hands.
see that
Oh,
thing.
he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's going to run it. The last thing you need is this guy.
You try to get the fuck out of there.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect. Protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on 4th.
Coming out with it, it's Brooks. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
The sure hands, it's Vic. And the Blue Devils decide to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll bring it back. It's Chambers. He gets a block. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.